Welcome to our Bible Mandate. Well, for over the years, I have been following women in politics and haven't realized that only very few women have the capacity to challenge their male counterpart in politics. It makes me also wonder, these set of women, what manner of attributes and one manner of political reasoning and credibility should we give them? One of these fact-finding missions that took me to a lady who has been able to demonstrate political sagacity and concerned to the women folk and how they can work in tandem with their male counterpart to bring a realistic and a viable society to the people. She's been involved in the empowerment of women. She's been involved even in the empowerment of men. In order for her to take a center stage in the fight for the women's freedom in politics, she decided to venture into the law profession. For her, law gives her the credibility and the capacity to also understand the Constitution just like the men. And also in Christendom, she fought hard to make sure that she is one with God. And according to the Bible, one with God is a majority. In this edition of a Bible Mandate, I'll be talking to a lawyer turned politician and also talking to a daughter of God who has seen it all in the divine vineyard of God. And for her, in order to bring everyone together, we should be mindful of the fact that there is unity in sharing and women should not be relegated to the background. When I return from the break, I'll be speaking with Lady Barrister Udom, who perhaps a lot of you are aware of it, that at a time in this country, she was a woman publicity secretary of the People's Democratic Party. She has contested a presidency. She has also gone in for other political office as far as election contest is concerned. My name is Samson Akpan, aka Politics Today. When I return from the break, I'll be speaking with my guests on the ground of political authority. Please don't go away. In 2015, he came through the people's mandate. He shows the way of superior performance in line with his 5-point agenda. He has transformed Akwa Ibom with quality roads and quality infrastructure. He has put Akwa Ibom State in the map of foreign direct investment with 7 industries in just 3 years. Akwa Ibom stands out in the area of cocoa, rice, tomato, cassava, cucumber, gari, and lots more. He takes the lead in human capacity development, training and retraining of Akwa Ibom youths in agriculture, technology, and skill acquisition, including sport. Healthcare system is a priority from pregnancy to free delivery, from free delivery to free education, and free medical attention to the aged. There is peace, there is unity, and love. Let us join hands together with Mr. Integrity and make Akwa Ibom State even greater. Welcome back. Yes, I have on my hot seat a woman of substance. I may not have what it takes, the qualification to talk much about her, but she is the one who will tell us a whole lot about her. But I know her as a lawyer, I know her as a politician, I know her as an activist, I know her almost as a prophetess. Madam, it's good to have you on the program.
Thank you very much for today.
Yes. A lot of people would want to know, who is this Lady Barrister Udom? A very strong and stubborn politician. She has never said die. I remember at a point when you were cheated, you decided to go in the cooler, you come out again and said, no, enough of all this. Who is Barrister Udom?
Who am I? I'm a lawyer who never thought she would be a politician, incidentally. I thought I was going to be a detective. That's why I went to Udom.
Oh, wow.
I've always wanted to be a criminal lawyer, prosecuting. And I did that for a long time in the civil service of Cross River then Akwa Ibom. I was a prosecutor for years. I retired from the service after I got as far as I could get, then it was level 16, and I left the service and came out to activism first. After that, I decided it was time to go to politics, because I realized that politics, it's only when we are involved in politics that you can actually defend the rights of those that are looking up to you for assistance. If you are not fully engaged in politics, there's not much you can do, because they are the policy makers. You know, they get into these offices and they are the policy makers, and those are the ones that make things happen, either good or bad, to people around them. So that's who I am. I'm a lady lawyer. I've been in practice. I was called to the bar in 1974. So this is my 44th year at the bar. And in those years, a lot of it has been spent in the civil service, and the rest, of course, in politics. That's who I am. I'm also a Christian. I'm of the Anglican Communion.
Okay.
And I'm the Chancellor of Uyo Diocese. I don't know God as much as I should know him, but he knows me even better than I want him to know me. He's my God, and I'm very happy with my relationship with him. So I'm now a full-time politician, and that's where I can tell you that is what I am, who I am.
Talking politics, you've seen the troubled waters of politics, you've been there, and of course I can refer you back to the days you decided to contest for the office of the president. And,
well, that was when we had the option A4.
A4.
And in each state, you had to bring out people that were interested in going to politics. I was one of them. There were 4 of us. And well, I came third in that race, and that was in, when was that, 1993?
1993.
Okay, sometime then.
Yeah.
And that's where I came out to run for the presidency. I was a presidential aspirant. Then we were lucky to have one woman who moved from aspirancy to candidates. Yeah, that was our dear sister.
She's always been there and of course I don't want to mention her name because but madam, let's also take you back before now. You also decided
I've been with the PDP most of my
political years.
Yes, of recent. I started as a member of the NEC of PDP. I was in the NEC of PDP for years, and then I became a National Working Committee member as a National Publicity Secretary. For almost 2 years. The late Publicity Secretary Sonny, who has just passed on, was made a minister, and the position was vacant, and I ran for that, and I got the position of National Publicity Secretary. So I've been a member of the party at that level, and I'm still a member of the the NEC of that party. In between, I have attempted to run for the Senate in 2007, I think it was. I did not sail through. I also attempted to run for the national vice chairman, South of the party. I didn't.
Also try the legal advisor.
That's the most recent, of course, the legal advisor. Well, maybe I have not found worthy in the party because I've attempted thrice.
Some say because you're a woman.
I used to reject that assumption, but then how else would you define what has happened except the fact that men find it very difficult to work with women. They believe that women cannot play the kind of games that they play. But women have realized that they don't need to play those kinds of games to succeed in what they are doing. So maybe it is true it's because I'm a woman, but that will be unfortunate for the men because they would have lost a lot in sidelining women because of the capacity of the kind of women that do come out for politics.
You demonstrated your capacity some months ago when you decided to march out the entire supporters of Udom Emmanuel and then asked for endorsement of Udom Emmanuel. I was shocked because I got the information a few hours before the announced date. And I could see the way you mobilize women. Tell me, what is in the secrets of them, Barrister Udom, that we don't know? Because the turnout was unprecedented to endorse Governor Udom Emmanuel.
I have a lot of friends. I make friends easily. I don't make too many enemies.
Yeah.
I just need to call on my friends, even by phone, or just give them a shout, this is what I want to do, because of the respect that they have for me, and maybe they believe that I don't do something that without thinking it's right or something. I don't even know, but I always find that if I call on them, they answer my call. So like you said, most people had only one day notice of that, but that even those of us, and there was a reason why we said we need to move out immediately and acclaim our support for Udom Emmanuel, because it was looking as if the whole world is descending on our governor and he hasn't got any supporters. So we just showed him that even just within Itinan itself alone,
Yeah.
within Iman itself, he had a whole lot of support. Overnight, we brought that thing out and we had a very good outing. And it was just to indicate that although Emmanuel has supporters and that one person cannot claim to be the only anchor man that can give him a winning, what do you say? He on his own with his supporters can make it and will make it.
And will make it.
And that's where we are now.
Okay. You were very prominent in the days of Obama,
Yeah.
but we heard very little about you in politics during the reign of Fabio. And now you're prominent again, now that Governor Udom is here. What actually happened? The high note and the low note and the high note again?
It's unfortunate, but then it's Governor Fabio and the wife. They are friends of mine, but their politics and my politics probably don't go well down together. So I cannot say, let me just say that I felt the way the game was being played was not the way I wanted to participate in. There was a whole lot of violence, crisis here and there. I don't operate well in those
Areas.
yes, so I felt it was better I just stayed off for a while, and I did a lot of women activism during those 4 years. I worked with the women groups at the national level throughout those four years. And
if you just join us, playing host to Dame Barrister Udom, a great woman of substance. She's been in politics. She's been in almost everything. For her, women activism and, of course, mobilizing the women for the betterment of Nigeria and Akwa Ibom State has always been a watchword in politics. And the issue of politics of sharing and giving goodwill to those that, should be, has always been our focus. Today we'll be looking at a number of issues because it's always difficult to get her. I want to start by asking you, you become so prominent during the administration of Udom Emmanuel. Finally, we all know that there is peace, there's unity in the states. But of recent, you seems to be very close to the PDP presidential candidate, Alhaji Abubakar Atiku, the former vice president. Tell us, what's the secret?
Well, we had a difficult task ahead of almost every member of the PDP
Okay.
in the choice of a candidate. We had 12 fantastic candidate aspirants, 12 of them. And half of them we knew in person. Many were even closer to me than my own candidate, which was Atiku Abubakar. But then we all agreed that whatever has to happen for us to win this election. We had to bury a lot of personal aspirations, personal interest, just to make sure that we win this election. And who did we believe could win this election amongst them? We were looking for somebody who was not an angel, but somebody who had most of the attributes that would bring success and victory for us. He's somebody that has been a man of his own right, a rich person in his own right. He doesn't need our assistance. In fact, if we run short of money in the PDP, we'll go to him. He has supported so many candidates, even he's supported presidential candidates. He's had to step down on various occasions just for the good of this country so that there will be peace. He doesn't make enemies easily.
Some are saying, why is he now contesting against President Muhammadu Buhari, whom he spent almost 5 billion, his private jet was used to support Buhari. Is there anything in Buhari government that perhaps did not go down well with Atiku, that he had to come out at this time?
Am I the one that will tell you that we have problems? We are hungry. People are hungry. People are tired. They are desperate. Actually, the word desperation describes the mood of.
But he's fighting corruption.
The way he's fighting corruption doesn't seem to be doing good to anybody. You fight corruption, okay, the monies that we are getting out of this corruption fight, shouldn't it be going somewhere to make the normal man on the street happy and, But somehow we see ourselves suffering.
Barr, so let's ask your support to Udom Emmanuel and your support to Atiku. Is there does it have to do with the relationship, or it has to do with politics, or it has to do with them having the capacity to salvage this present situation in the state? We are aware that His Excellency has brought in series of industries into the state via PPP, and also aware of the economic concern of Atiku Abubakar. As it regards to do with you, since a lot of women are watching and they will want to know, why am I following Lady Barrister?
I think it has to do with capacity.
Okay.
My support for Udom Emmanuel did not start when he became governor.
Okay.
It started when he arrived here as SSG. I believed that somebody who had risen to that level in a bank like Zenith would know how to handle the economics of the state. And we had problems of having to have somebody that can actually balance the monies we're receiving as against the needs that we had to put those monies to address. And to me, when he came as the SSG, and I looked at him and I had a brainwave, and I phoned a friend of mine in America, a sister of mine. I told her that Akpabio has brought a successor for himself. I hope he knows that. That was my statement. And she said, do you think so? No, but Akpabio cannot bring anybody good. I said, this one, that he's coming from Zenith Bank, and that he's a Kwaibo member, which means that he's a Christian.
Yes.
That was my definition. So he wasn't a governor when I gave him my support. So we kept going in that way and analyzing the situation until out of the blues, Pam, he becomes governor. And it was just unfortunate that the person that actually discovered this person and the capacity that he was bringing is the same person that turned out to have a problem with him. Because to me, that was the first statement I made that Akpabio has brought a successor for himself. I hope he knows that.
Yes.
And he has not failed us. I'm not one to run into conclusions. Oh, because I've not seen everybody is not driving new cars means that we're not doing something.
Yeah.
I'll take a simple example of the airport that we're now so happy about. Do you believe that some big people did not believe we needed an airport? So what do you want to do with an airport in Uyo when we have an airport in Calabar? Could you imagine what we would have been going through if we didn't have an airport? And now look at the airport stretching all over the place. They are having this, we are going to have an airline, we are going to do this with it, and it's a big, gigantic project. So I'm too old in the day to think that is what I see, that is what is there. I knew that there was a lot of talent, a lot of potentials in the man that has come to be a governor. He just needed to have space to be able to bring out his potentials. And we can now see that it's gradually opening up and we are gradually seeing the capacity that we need. Akwa Ibom is not an APC state. Akwa Ibom is a PDP state. We are what should I say? We are not known to be fast with jumping from one thing to the other. We are very conservative in this state. The people of Akwa Ibom, we're a conservative set of people, and we stay there and just stay there and try to make the best out of it.
But do you share the opinion of those who said that Akpabio has betrayed Udom Emmanuel?
Akpabio is guiding his own interest. Politics is a game of interest. I have no problem with Akpabio. He should just mind his own interest and let other people mind their own interest.
But he said he must take power from Udom, come rain, come sun.
It's not God. It's only God that does that. So, I cannot see that happening unless God wills.
A lot of people are saying that, come on, with the relationship that Tinubu is now expressing with the PDP presidential candidate, he may dump Buhari for Atiku, knowing the kind of contribution Atiku made in 2014 via 2015 for the emergence of Buhari. You are in the think tank of Atiku. Is Tinubu supporting Atiku?
I don't know about support, but I know that they are very friendly. And you don't lose your friends because you have interests that differ from the others. So I don't know about dumping one for the other, but I know that Tinubu, as much as some people see
they're doing business together.
Tinubu, of course, they're doing business
partners
together, yes. Tinubu also wants to see the country. We forgot that he was a Nadeko person.
Yes.
He's a Nigerian. He's a nationalist. So it has nothing to do with dropping this if he sees that this country is not going the way it should go, I can assure you that Tinubu would want to do something that will turn it around.
The women in the entire country would wish to listen to you talk. What would be your advice to Nigerian women? Because it's always very common in politics. Women are not supporting their women folk. They rather drum up support for the men counterparts. What would you see, perhaps? Is it the inferiority complex in politics or something?
Sometime this year,
yeah,
around March 7th or 6th, we had a meeting of women, and we got together and decided that it is time for us to make a statement to the country that if this country does not want to accept women as part of its population, they should tell us so that we can withdraw ourselves and form a country that will be... Why are you laughing? Because that is the statement we made. And if you remember, sometime in May, 10th of May or something, there was a massive rally in Abuja. We called the group Women for Women.
For Women.
And then in bracket, he for she. That's the men that supported women.
Women.
And we went to the streets of Abuja. We closed down the 3-arm area. We were approaching from different angles. Every woman of every caliber. We had former this, former that, we had young girls. We walked all the way to the gate of the National Assembly and presented it to them. That this is what women are saying. Nobody should say women don't like women. That is a lie. It's a propaganda against women. That women are here to like women. And we still have it going on now. By now, all the women that have gone, that have aspired for any position, we have them on our platforms, we follow them everywhere. Wherever they are having any problem, we find ourselves there. In every state, we have the group Women for Women in all the states of the Federation. So we are now ready to debunk that statement which you made, which is just to make sure that they use that and say, oh, women don't like women, so that is why they don't succeed in doing it. It's not true. The men use that, especially when they get women who are stronger than they. They have to find a way of pushing them
out.
Yes.
Will you be mobilizing women for Udom Emmanuel and women for Atiku?
Of course, I'll mobilize both. But then women,
Men and women.
I have been in.
I know you have the capacity.
I have been in women activism since I left the service.
Okay.
So
do you see Atiku as somebody that will be a good president?
He will be a good president, yes.
But this is how people talked about Buhari, and if we did not give him a chance, perhaps we would have thought Nigeria would be like London.
Buhari, his major campaign strategy was the anti-corruption strategy. People thought that with his antecedent, he would be able to do that, and a lot of people thought that there was a lot of corruption and it was tearing the country apart. So one was just looking at Buhari as the anti-corruption messiah and forgot to look at every other part of governance and to see whether he had those other characteristics that will enable him give us good governance. So to have Atiku as a president is to have somebody who has a background, a whole lot of background on employment, labor issues, and wealth, a lot of wealth issues. Let me call it wealth issues. Creation of wealth.
He said he's going to fix the economy and he's going to employ labor.
Can fix it. If Obasanjo, who was quite
against him,
with him, can decide to overlook whatever it was that created that enmity between the two of them and close ranks for the purpose of this our country, turning it around once again. It's a plus.
It's a plus.
That is, he has confidence that this is a man who can do it.
Well, that's the size of the program we plan to take very soon too. After now, we'll still have Lady Barrister on our hot seat. You've listened to her talking, very soft-spoken, but extremely on point. That, of course, His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel is doing very well. And he's also talked about his principal, Atiku Abubakar, whom she said has the vision for the economy of this country. And of course, he said that Tinubu knows the capacity of Atiku, and that's why he's trying to rally around. Anyway, politics, permanent interest, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy. My name is Samson Apaneke, Politics Today. See you the other side of the show. Bye-bye.